What's up guys, Darkdally here playing Ghost Recon Wildlands, and today I want to talk about SMGs and the best way, the very best way to set them up, because there is a proper way to set up an SMG. Now the reason I say this is because if you're using an SMG, you're probably using it in a secondary role next to your assault rifle or your sniper rifle or something else, and there is a specific way to set it up to get the most performance out of it. This right here is, in my opinion, and I'll show you why, every piece and part, the ideal build, for instance, for the Vector 45. We're going to have a look at a few of the other SMGs as well, and I'll show you that the same parts really are what you want to look for. Okay, so here's why. First of all, let's have a look at the parts. With an SMG, again, you're probably using it in a secondary role. An extended or stock or whatever kind of butt stock is what you want. You want some kind of butt stock to help with the recoil. And I'll show you some of the problematic things with SMG recoil here in a second. I really think it is good to have a buttstock on it. Even though an SMG's hallmark may be its handling, you really do want a buttstock on there, and we'll go over that. Optics, okay, optics are totally up to you. Optics are 100% up to you. I choose this one right here because it's my personal favorite, but whatever you feel the most comfortable with scoping in, that's the one that you should have. Shift short angled grip, again, I'm going to demonstrate in this video why having a shift short is essential on every SMG. That is universal. We're going to go over the laser 3-dot. We're going to go over why I choose a short barrel, and of course the suppressor. Alright, so any weapon in a secondary role, which is going to be the SMG, is going to be primarily used during stealth to take down targets, right? You know, me personally, I like to run a suppressed SMG and an unsuppressed assault rifle with a compensator. Primarily, these are going to be used in a stealth role, so let's just go ahead and assume that your SMG is being used in a stealth role. Alright, so let's have a look at the parts. I choose a short barrel. Let's start right here. I choose a short barrel for two reasons. Alright, one, the shorter the barrel, the less your recoil is. And I can go ahead and demonstrate this to you right now, but we got plenty of other demonstrations to do, so I'm not really going to bother with that one. A short barrel gives you less recoil. And here's the other thing. It does less damage is the thing. Look, the standard barrel does a hair more damage and etc. But the thing is this. Out in range. But this is the weapon you're using in stealth, or, you know, any other SMG. This just happens to be the one I have equipped right now. If you're using any SMG in a stealth role, then why do you care about damage? Exactly. Because if you're in stealth and you're shooting, everything's going to die in one bullet anyway. So don't worry about having that long barrel. Short barrel is always the way to go with an SMG. The suppressor, well, the suppressor not only goes along with the stealth thing, but also helps with recoil as well. In fact, the only thing better than a suppressor for recoil is a compensator. But unless you're running an SMG as your main, you're probably going to want a suppressor on it over a compensator. The shift short angled grip. Let's have a look at that right now, actually. Let's take my Vector here. Actually, let's go to a different weapon. Let's pick a different SMG, because this is not about the Vector. This is about every SMG. Let's pick another great popular SMG. Let's go ahead and equip the Scorpion Evo 3. This is one a lot of people say is the best SMG. Hey, other people say it's the P90. Other people say it's the Vector. Hey, I even had a video showing the 9mm C1. You know, I mean, you can use anything. Let's go ahead. Let's take this and let's break it down back to stock. Right, so here's our totally stock Scorpion Evo 3, right? Okay, let's find a nice place to shoot at. This wall right here actually works great because I have a fence right here, so it's like a little, yeah, I can walk up right here and be a set distance from the wall. Let's go ahead, let's fire a shot at the wall with my stock Scorpion Evo 3. Alright, that's your typical SMG recoil pattern. They drift off to the side, and the reason is because they're very high handling but low accuracy compared to assault rifles. For instance, just for a point of comparison, let's go ahead, let's swap to my assault rifle and fire a shot group. Assault rifles are generally higher in accuracy, so they shoot a more vertical shot group. Now, personally, I like to think a vertical shot group is ideal, right? Let's go ahead, let's go back to my Scorpion. So there's our original shot group. Let's just do one thing. I'm going to put a shift short angled grip on it, on the underbarrel. There we go. What this does is, yeah, okay, so if we look at the shift short, see that increase in accuracy? Yeah, that green, that's very noticeable. Let's go ahead and with nothing but the shift short, go ahead and take one more shot at this wall. Look at the difference that made. See the difference that made? vastly shifts your bullet grouping from horizontal to a much more vertical assault rifle-like pattern. That's why you always want to go with the shift short angled grip. Always. On an SMG. If you guys didn't know, now you do. Let's have a look at the barrels. We're going to keep the standard barrel on there. Again, we're not worried about damage. Why would we, why would we be worried about damage on a secondary weapon? I think that's what an SMG is. We're going to go ahead. We're definitely going to suppress this. Of course, we could have done that in game. A larger magazine is going to take slightly longer to reload, but SMGs generally have a very quick reload time. However, that said, if you are using it in a secondary role, does magazine size really matter? Are you really going to have to dump 30 rounds? Okay, that's up to you. I do prefer the larger one, but that is up to you. I say leave the buttstock extended. You're always going to get better recoil. I'm not going to spend all day shooting at a wall to prove this to you. This video is about the best submachine gun setup. The best idea is always have your buttstock extended. These are very small, lightweight, very easy to handle weapons anyway. Leave it out there. Now, as far as the scope, that's totally up to you. This has the best stats. The TeknoAXE has the best stats of all the optics. Overall, it's got the most overall gain between accuracy and range. But then, what does it really matter with an SMG? I say just, you're not going to notice a real difference. I've tested all of these. I say use what you like. I'm quite a fan of the panoramic sight. Whatever is the best for you to look down the sights of is going to be your best option. Now, as far as the rail attachment, there's actually two considerations here. The laser 3-dot has better stats than the laser sight, but again, it's really not noticeable. If we equip a laser sight and then look at the, compare it to the 3-dot, the stats are marginally better. You're not going to notice any difference in performance. That's just the truth. You're not going to notice any difference in performance. Here's the considerations that you should take. If you're playing multiplayer, the laser sight is always it's a really good way to go because other players with night vision can see your laser and they can see where you're pointing. It really does help a lot in cooperative play. However, the laser 3-dot is what I pick. It's smaller, it's lighter, and it does have better stats. I can't say I've ever noticed, and I've tested, I can't find any noticeable impact that this has on the weapon. It doesn't seem to change the reload time, it doesn't change your bullet drop, it doesn't change your damage. It doesn't change anything that's really important or impactful to the weapon, but the stats are better. And if you don't need a laser sight, if you're not playing with other people, this really is the prime use of the laser sight. This thing is smaller, lighter, and does have the better stats. So I'm going to say go with that. And you can pretty much carry this build over to any other SMG. Let's go ahead. Let's pick another one down here. Let's pick, I've become quite a fan of the 9x19 VSN. Let's go ahead and let's break its parts back down to stock. And this is a really good SMG. I really do like this one. It's not one a lot of people talk about. Let's go ahead and let's just check out our shot group there. It's kind of all over the place. It's kind of off to the side. Let's go ahead and quickly just modify this the way I want it. I'm actually going to keep the sights the same just for the purpose of aiming at this wall. Let's go ahead. Let's put this on. Let's get this, definitely this. Let's get us the 3-dot. We've got the shortest barrel. Let's put a suppressor on. Alright, so minus the optics, this is my ideal setup for a 9x19 VSN. Now let's go ahead and check out its recoil pattern. Now, you're never going to fire a burst that long. In fact, because you're using this in stealth, you're probably only going to fire it in short, super short bursts like this. So really, a lot of this stuff doesn't matter. To be quite honest, a lot of it doesn't matter. A lot of it is preference. But this is the best I can demonstrate. Is going to be a buttstock. Your preferred sights. I do like this one quite a bit. I say extended magazine, really take it or leave it. That's up to you. It's going to increase your reload time. The shift short angled grip, the 3-dot laser, the shortest barrel you can get, and a suppressor. It may sound a bit silly, but there is a best way to set up an SMG. Try it out for yourselves. Take your P90 or take your MPX or your MP7 or whatever. Put that buttstock back on. Shorten that barrel down, put the shift short on, and you'll see the difference. Guys, it really does make a difference. Always remember that there's a role you're using your weapons for. Most people are going to use this in a secondary role. And if you are, you want the most precise firing you can get. You want it to be quiet and you want it to be quick. Don't worry about long, big parts that extend the length of it. Say for the buttstock, I do recommend a buttstock. you want the accuracy. The accuracy is what makes the bullets drift off, you know, the lack of accuracy, rather, is what makes the bullets drift off to the side. Basically, one to two shots is going to kill anyone if you're not detected anyway. Use the one you like. Use the one with the rate of fire you like. That's really what's really important. Actually, I think that is the most important thing with an SMG. Find the one with the right rate of fire. Some of them are really fast. Some of them are kind of in the middle, like this one, and some are really slow, like the SR635 and the 9mm C1. So pick the one with the rate of fire that you like is really what's most important. Tune the accuracy with these parts, and your SMG will serve you well. Alright guys, that's it for today. I really hope this was helpful. Tell me what you think in the comments below. What is your preferred SMG build? This really is the best way to go right here. These are the best parts. Tell me what you guys think. Thanks so much for watching, guys. It's been a real pleasure. I'm Darkdally, and I will catch you all next time.